Welcome back. We're continuing our conversation with Eileen Wallach, who's the CEO and founder of Your Heart on Art. And also joining me now is Kathy Kilgore-Beeler, who's a participant of the Your Heart on Art program. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. You've got really a heartbreaking story that I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you if you don't mind sharing with our viewers exactly what brought you to the program.
Initially, the program was for me because I had lost my only child, my son, Cole, 4.5 years ago. He was killed by an impaired driver. Yeah. And because of that traumatic loss, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. I suffered so much hurt. It's hard to describe. Actually, there aren't words for the loss of a child. So Your Heart on Art was a resource that I could turn to express my grief. And I found Eileen about a year ago, and I've been going to her classes ever since.
Yes, I really do, and I know recently you lost your mom in an accident like 5 weeks ago. So I know this is really difficult for you to be here today, but thank you so much. And you've brought some of the art that you've completed at the program. This kind of expresses how you feel. And Eileen, I know this is a project that you do a lot with the participants. Explain this, and then we'll talk to Kathy about kind of her finished product.
So the project is called The Broken Pot, and we start off with a whole terracotta pot, and each person gets to feel it. And we talk about this is life, whole. There may be a few chips and cracks in it, but that's just everybody's life. And then we go outside and we smash the pots against the wall, and we create thousands and tiny little pieces. And even though your life has been shattered and tattered, you can rebuild. Never the same. It will never look the same. It'll never feel the same. But you can take all those pieces and rebuild. And that's exactly what Kathy did. And then at the end of the program, you're ready to articulate. And so we allow them then to put their words into writing to be able to complete the process. It's almost like a debriefing. You have to put your words down to explain what you were feeling while you were creating.
Kathy, do you feel like sort of explaining? You've got a little feather with your pot there.
Well, this was a very therapeutic exercise or session. As Eileen said, you know, when you're living life, especially at the beginning, everything's great, everything's whole. And then as life goes on, things happen. And so when we smashed the pot against the wall, that was very therapeutic in of itself. But for me, I just wrote forever broken, forever grief. And although I'm trying to put the pieces of my life back together, I chose to do it in such a way that it expresses there's holes in my life, huge holes. My son Cole is not in my life anymore. That represents him. The feathers for me, angels. Yeah. I believe he's in heaven. So this was actually a great session in trying to express how do I live my life after such loss. And as you mentioned, my mom was recently killed in a car wreck. So this piece was actually before she died. The shoes, however, are since she has passed away. So not only have I lost my only child, now I've lost my mother.
Eileen, how would you explain walking a day in the shoes of someone who has had a traumatic experience? They get a chance to sort of demonstrate that with the broken edges? And
they are given a whole piece of canvas, which are sneakers, and they can choose whatever they're feeling in the moment to do with them. Kathy chose to tear her sneakers, just like in real life her son was torn from her. And so spending a day in her shoes, that's what is representation of her life.
And then, of course, you got another project here, but we're about to run out of time. I wanted to make sure, though, we pointed out folks can help with your organization.
Correct.
Your Heart in a Box. This is a way that they can help each child receive gifts.
So this box is filled with art supplies, and any child who we do a program for between the ages of 5 and 14.
We got to take a break. I'm so sorry we've
That's
run
okay.
out of time, but we'll be back with more right after this. We'll tell more.